Oh my God, the light is incredible now. I'm so sorry. I need to stop that and I need to show you this. In this video, I'm gonna share with you how to make coastal photography. Have you never struggled like shooting either very close to the sea and trying to make the best shots you can, or being like on a higher coast like I am now and struggling getting something really good with your camera and like having the nice memories in your pictures but not really having the feel you wanted for it? So this video is dedicated to this, to help you catch those shots and make sure you can have something really cool when you come home for yourself, to show your friends, family, whomever. And yeah, just have fun, enjoy, and make sure you don't miss the shot again. So I'm here in Tenerife still. You probably have seen, or perhaps have seen my other video about Masca. You can see it with a link somewhere here or here. And I'm gonna show you how to shoot those photographs by showing you several examples. So I am at a beach called Playa de Benijo, and it's a wonderful place, incredible. Now it's a bit later in the afternoon, it's 6:30. The sunset is at around 8 o'clock. And so I'm planning on being like down at the beach here for sunset, catching the stone. You can see, I think it's here, that one, with the beach and some long exposure. I'm gonna talk about it a bit later. And now I'm gonna talk to you about this beautiful coast, which is on my back. So let's get to it. So the light is still pretty harsh now. It's like 6:45, and I don't know if you can see on my back, but the sunlight is still pretty harsh. So in the Canary Islands, since it's close to the equator, the sun kind of does a bell. So basically it goes straight down into the, to set, so into the sea, if I look on the horizon. And because of that, it's like the light is very harsh for quite a long time, and the sunset is pretty short, like about half an hour, no more. And so you need to consider this, but this should not prevent you from taking pictures. And exactly what I'm gonna talk about like right now. So before even thinking about the composition, I'm gonna talk about the gear. So of course you need your camera, you need the lens. I'm gonna talk about the lens right after when I talk about composition. But what you need, which is important, is a CPL, like a circular polarizer filter, because this will help you reduce the harsh light which is in the water. So I don't know if you can see, but here the light is pretty harsh, and honestly, like I tried to shoot before without the circular polarizer, and I mean, it's too much, too harsh. It kind of creates a style if you like this style, but in my opinion, it creates like too much difference between the shadow part of the cliff and the very bright part of the cliff. So that's pretty much the only specific gear that you will need when you shoot this kind of photography. I mean, at this time and with these conditions, harsh light and harsh reflection in the water. The challenge I have now for my pictures is I want to shoot this, which is pretty dark, and this, which is pretty bright. So I will really need to be cautious. And the only solution, I mean, once again, depending on the artistic effect you want to have, but if you want to put all the chances on your side, I would use a bracketing method, which means like you shoot 2 or 3 shots. I mean, sorry, 3 or 5 shots. I would recommend 3. Generally, it's enough. At different exposures. So you must have this in your camera. If you don't know where is it, like look for it on the manual, online, wherever, and learn how to use it, because it's very helpful. What I recommend is to have like your base exposure, so pretty much the medium exposure, and 2 stops above, 2 stops below. Then you take the 3 shots, you will have 1 overexposed, 1 underexposed. And that's exactly what we want to have here, because this will compensate, the underexposition will compensate for the shadowy part of the cliff, and the overexposed sorry, the overexposed will work for the shadowy part, and the underexposed will work for the bright part here. And the middle one will kind of set the middle frame, which then you can go above and below. And when you will blend them together, then it will kind of every shot will compensate each other. It should, at least. So, like, really learn about this technique. I haven't yet done a video about this. Specifically about this. I talk a lot about it because I use it quite a lot, but I should make a video so that you guys know exactly how to use it and how not to make some few mistakes. So it's fairly easy to learn, but if you never used it, then you might make mistakes. That's what photography is all about, making mistakes and fixing them the next time you go on shooting. So if you can learn them before shooting, then you don't make the mistakes. So now let me talk about the composition, sorry. So I'm going to record now. Try to get a proper exposure here. Yes, that should be fine. So you can probably see the video now here, what I'm recording with the camera. So I'm shooting now. You've got several options. So I have now an 18 to 55 millimeters on my Fujifilm Steelix T3. And so since it's an APS-C, then I have the 35 millimeters equivalent will be 24 to 70 millimeters, or if you have a full frame. And I'm using this lens right now so that I have like something a bit broader. Having something like my like something wider than this would not really make any sense, because, like, first of all, I have a road here, like a path, which is a very will take a lot of space. That will give too much sea. We will kind of get everything too wide, and it will get too messy. So, getting back to my composition, what I want here is basically have this the road, which is here. I want to keep it in my frame. I want to try. So just also please consider that my frame is a bit cropped on the top and bottom here. So with the picture, it's a bit wider. Here, I want to keep those tones here, and I'm cutting them with the photograph so that it kind of cuts well, and I don't have anything cut on the edges. I keep enough sea so that we see what the sea is all about. Here you don't see it. I'm not sure if we see it very well. I mean, now it's very harsh, the light, but there is so there is this peak here. I mean, this small rock, but just on the back there is another peak just here. And on the back again, there is another mountain, like with a cloud on top. And all of this creates kind of a superposition that I want to use. And of course, then having the sea, this cliff here, like plunging into the sea and making kind of an arch here. So all in all, you've got like somewhat of a diagonal, starting with the road and going right into the sea with this cliff here, And that's kind of what makes the whole picture and what helps to get something really dynamic and a little more interesting and a little more balanced, because balancing your picture is like definitely something important. So I will only do here a landscape shot and not a portrait shot, because that will be too wide and a bit too messy. I would lose a little bit of the cliff, like cut it on each of the edge, and I would need something longer to play with this. And that's what I'm going to talk now. So I'm going to change my lens, and I'm going to switch to my 55 to 200 millimeters, which is a wonderful lens to do this kind of shot I want to talk about.
As I changed my lens, I actually took the opportunity to capture some few shots of the similar scene. So I have some close-ups of some of the mountains and of the overall scene, so that we can see it with a different angle and different focal length.
So I switched to the 55 to 200 millimeters, equivalent to 70 to 300 millimeters, I think, on a full frame. And something I forgot to say about the other lens. So you need to be cautious. So I was showing you the shot from my tripod, but I was actually not really shooting from my tripod at this time of the day. I was shooting with my, oh my God, the light is incredible now. I'm so sorry. I need to stop that and I need to show you this. And I actually need to shoot this because there are like some sun rays. I'm not sure if you can see them. I need to stop the video and take that shot. I'm sorry, just give me a moment.
On those few pictures, I actually had to change the lens so that I capture really the scene I wanted, which means it is larger. So I used the 18 to 55 millimeters on Fuji, equivalent to 24-70 millimeters, as opposed to the 55 to 200 millimeters, which is a longer lens.
My bad, I really had to cut this because the light got like just crazy. I have pictures and I will definitely show you. They basically like the sun rays came through the clouds and were highlighting the water. It just like looked like beautiful and kind of, you know, this kind of unique shot. So I was talking about the fact that with the other lens, basically what I didn't shoot from my tripod. I went up on that stone here where my bag is so that I could be a bit higher and avoid shooting all these grasses and everything, because it really got annoying and like really very not pretty. Now I'm shooting with my 55 to 200 millimeters finally, and let me show you in video what I'm capturing now and the advantage of that lens. So I think you can see it here. If not, it's over my head, but I guess that's all right. You can avoid seeing it for like a few seconds. So basically we would have a keep a bit of the cliff here, still keep, of course, the scenery is the same because we're at the same spot, but we kind of like really zoom in a lot closer. So now I'm at 55 millimeters, meaning that it's the same as the longer focal length of the other lens. So catching the cliff here, catching the top. Now the light is really, really nice here, so we can really play with that. I'm even a little bit too not dark enough yet, too bright, so I could like lower the brightness like this a little bit on my on the video so that you can really see how the patches of light here are really nice. So that's one composition. But the big advantage of this lens, by the way, while I'm talking, I guess you can see there is a sun ray that appeared just here. It's really, really nice. And that's what I captured before. It's really cool. So the beauty of this lens is to be able to zoom in. So I could zoom in. So I'm now only having one hand free. So I'm just gonna zoom in and kind of somewhat represent the composition I want. So I could go something like this, go a little bit wider. Let's assume something like this. So you keep the same scenery, but you just like focus on few elements. And this lens is really, really key in this situation. So really having fun here shooting with this. And I see now something else over there and I'm gonna capture it. So I don't know if you can see it, but like there is like, so a rock right in front, there is a mountain just on the back, a peak right in the middle. There's a mountain on the back, so like, and it's like overcast with shadow, with clouds. And one of the clouds is really nicely highlighted. So I'm gonna try to catch all of this and I'm gonna show you all these pictures right after. So sadly, the nice light just disappeared when I took the camera, obviously. So that's pretty much it about those, like when you're on a cliff for now, like just have the right gear, the CPL, use two types of lens, more of a zoom lenses. Don't hesitate to change. If you have like a zoom lens which goes like all the way, let's say on like, I think on APS-C would be like 18 to 300. That will be 24 to 400. I'm not even sure if this exists on in any full frame camera, but it exists on APS-C. Like that would be the best. You would lose a little bit on the quality, but you would have like all the flexibility you want. So consider those kind of lenses. They save you money, they save you weight and like trouble of changing lenses. And if you have like filters on them, like it saves you a lot of trouble. So, and they're usually a bit cheaper because you lose a little bit on quality. But honestly, sometimes practicality over quality if you're a bit in a rush. If you're not, then do what's best for you. And I'm gonna go down now because I'm gonna try to target my sunset location, which is around here on this beach. So I have to go all the way back and I'm gonna talk to you once I'm there and once I found a very nice composition there. So in the meantime, enjoy the few B-rolls that I'm gonna put because I think they're gonna be cool. All right, so I'm now at the bottom on the beach, the one I was telling you. So just before I was up there, and now I'm right on the beach. And you can see the beautiful rocks there. So I'm having like an amazing composition. So I don't know if I can switch the camera, but let me show you. Basically my view is that one. So I've got my camera here, I've got the stone here, and I've got all on the background. And I just did a very beautiful long exposure here. And that's the key here, like trying to find like this type of rocks here. Of course, your subject on the background. And there we've got the amazing light here, which makes like this, the sky basically have like two different colors. And as you can see, like the waves, kind of dynamic, and I'm trying really to catch them when they come, and they would go around that stone, and I would be able to do like some long exposure. So my exposure for this is I'm between 1/4, 1/3 of a second up to 1/10 of a second. I'm trying to adjust my parameters accordingly without being like overdoing them. Like for example, my aperture is at f14 and my ISO is at 80, so it's on low. I could use a filter, but I find filters sometimes to be quite a bit of a challenge. So now I've got it. Sorry, need to take the shot. I did. Should be quite nice. It doesn't happen often, so I could not really afford to not to take it. And let me check quickly. And it's, oh my God, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's really fun. Really, really fun. I'm going to show you right after the shots. I can record actually with my camera and show you exactly what I have. So you must be able to see it somewhere here. And it's really nice. And once I'm done with this one, I'm going to do the same kind of shots, but with the same kind of composition, just that I won't have the stone on the foreground. I'm going to use the wave marks that are like really creating like a leading line towards the rocks. It's going to be really amazing. And there is like a bit of reflections, the leading lines, the beautiful light. I have to act quick because soon I think the sun will appear as well. And that's going to be either really amazing, which I guess it will be, but it can be also a bit overwhelming because the sun might take a lot of space in the shot, but it's going to highlight everything around. So I guess the view is going to be just wonderfully fantastic. So I guess I'm going to talk to you in a little bit once I have a new composition and maybe a little more light. So I'm getting back to you in a moment. So the light is finally almost gone. And then if you look behind me there, it's supposed to be somewhere here. Here. It's almost gone. So now I'm shooting with the waves. So I've got incoming waves here, and they create a path like towards the sun, which now disappeared, and towards the rocks. So it's pretty cool. But like definitely a little bit challenging now because the light is gone mostly. In the end, I didn't do like too many different. In the end, I didn't do too many different compositions here, but the one I have, they are like really fantastic. Like the light was just stunning tonight. It's kind of something very common here in Tenerife, and I'm super happy I had this opportunity here. I could not have dreamed of better conditions, honestly, for sunset. That's probably my most beautiful sunset. And if you know me already a little bit, you know that I love to do some long exposure shots. So it's pretty cool. But there is like some people like shooting a waiting stop. So I'm like feeling like you don't really have the spot for yourself, which is all right, but That's okay. So yeah, I hope you learned something in this video. I hope it was fun. For me, it was definitely fun to shoot. Always a bit challenging to film and shoot, especially when it's the first time you come to a place. But I actually like that format where I'm using the GoPro because it really helps to be able to shoot very easily without thinking too much about placing another camera. Although the other camera can be useful in some instances, but for these conditions, this is definitely perfect. So I hope you had fun. And definitely, if you have some comments, like feel free to let them in the comment section below. And let me know if there is something that wasn't clear that you want me to explain in another video. I would be definitely happy to do so. And in the meantime, I wish you good luck with your photography and see you another time for new videos.